like to thank Nick McLean. Wonderful. It's a great way to start the evening listening to that music. So my name is Erin Kelly, and I'm the Director of Education for the Greater Essex County District School Board, and it's my pleasure to call this meeting to order. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our trustees, some of whom are new and some of whom are back, and also to those of you who are in the gallery watching tonight. To begin, I'd like to read the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are on land and surrounded by water, originally inhabited by Indigenous peoples who have traveled this area since time immemorial. This territory is within lands honored by the Wampum Treaties, agreements between the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape, and allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Specifically, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the Three Fires Confederacy, Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi, and Huron-Wendat peoples. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture while remaining committed to moving forward respectfully with all First Nation, Inuit, and Métis. The purpose of the organizational meeting tonight is to establish the board's structure for this coming year. This evening, trustees will elect a chair and a vice chair of the board and standing committees, and will begin to establish their committee structure for the coming year. To begin, I'd like to ask everyone to stand for the national anthem. Thank you, Nick. That was beautiful. Right now, I'd like to call on Superintendent Sash Corbett to provide the invocation for this evening.
This evening, we gather as the Greater Essex County District School Board Board of Trustees to reflect upon and affirm our purpose. As an organization, we create confident learners through supportive learning environments and trusting relationships. We are committed to engaging communities through equitable and reflective practices that respect and honor our diversity. We demonstrate ethical stewardship through thoughtful and intentional use of financial, human, environmental, and community resources. We work to interrupt and dismantle oppressive structures that create barriers for some students and families while privileging others. The students we serve are our most precious resource. It is our collective duty to inspire, protect, uplift, encourage, and celebrate them every day. Please take a moment to reflect on your role in this immense but rewarding responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Corbett. Appreciated. At this stage of the agenda, I'm going to announce the official returns and look at the confirmation of declaration of office and oaths of allegiance. So, further to the election results of October 24th, 2022, this will confirm the following were successful candidates for the position of trustee for the Greater Essex County District School Board. For the City of Windsor, Sarah Sipkar, wards 3, 4, and 10. Kathy Cook, wards 5, 6, 7, and 8. Gail Hatfield, wards 5, 6, 7, and 8. Kim McKinley, wards 1, 2, and 9. Christy Nelson, wards 3, 4, and 10. Linda Chin, wards 1, 2, and 9. Nancy Armstrong, Leamington, Peely Island. Connie Buckler, Tecumseh Lakeshore. Julia Burgess, Essex, Harrow, and Kingsville. Ron LeClaire, Amherstburg, and LaSalle. Please join me in welcoming our new trustees. And I ask now if trustees to stand pursuant to the Education Act, it is the responsibility of trustees to make a declaration and an oath of allegiance. So now if I could have you together read the statement. Thank you very much. I'd now like to announce the scrutineers for this evening. The two scrutineers for this evening are Superintendent Vicki Houston and Superintendent Jeff Hillman. And now, at this time, we are on item E, which is the nomination and election of the chairperson of the Greater Essex County District School Board. So at this time, I would like to declare nominations open for the chairperson of the Greater Essex County District School Board. Do we have any nominations? Trustee Leclerc.
I would like to nominate Trustee Gail Simcoe-Hatfield, and I'll speak to it once the opportunity presents itself.
Thank you, Trustee Leclerc. Trustee Hatfield, do you accept that nomination? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? With no other nominations forthcoming, I'd like to seek a resolution for the nominations to be closed. So I need a mover. Thank you, Trustee Leclerc. And a seconder, Trustee Buckler, that nominations for the chairperson of the board be closed. And now I'd like to call on Trustee Leclerc to speak to the nomination.
Thank you, Director Kelly. I am nominating Trustee Gail Simcoe-Hatfield for this position of chairperson. This is the first year of a new term with a mix of new and returning trustees, and I think it will be beneficial for the board to call upon her extensive experience. I think back to my first year as a trustee, coming to the board as a new trustee. Trustee Simcoe-Hatfield became the chair, and it was very valuable learning experience for me. Her experience is a valuable asset that shouldn't be overlooked, especially considering the challenges that we'll be facing in the coming year. Although it seems like every year seems to have its own set of new challenges. I think back to my year as chair, and boy, was that a tumultuous year. Albert Einstein said the only source of knowledge is experience, and I believe Trustee Hatfield will apply her knowledge and experience wisely, fairly, and for the benefit of all. Through many years as trustee, Gail has served on almost every committee of the board and chaired for many of those committees, and has served as the chairperson of the board for nine times, including, I believe, 8 in a row. She has served our school board with great dedication and is a strong advocate for public education always has been, always will be. I have spoken to Trustee Hatfield at length about taking on the challenge of being the chairperson this year, and I'm confident in the support I have for her. She has expressed a willingness to be supportive and consultative, and she's open to tapping into the wisdom and experience of others to support and benefit the board in any way possible. She wants the work of the board to be progressive, proactive, and successful to ensure the best outcome for students and staff. Trustee Hatfield certainly knows the responsibility that come with the role of the chair, and I believe she will carry out this role with dignity, respect, fairness, and focus. And with that, I have no doubt. And with that, I close my nomination.
Thank you very much, Trustee Leclerc. And Trustee Hatfield, would you like to speak to your opportunity here?
Just go take the chair.
I don't think there's a need for me to speak to the nomination, and I will be making some remarks later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And
Other than to say how much I appreciate what I just heard from Trustee Leclerc. Thank you.
thank you, Trustee Hatfield. And you are now assuming the chair. Thank you very much.
I might have done this 9 times before, but I am rusty, so just bear with me. Okay, next on the agenda is item F, the nomination and election of a chairperson for the board. So do we have any nominations?
Vice Chair.
Sorry?
Vice Chair.
Vice Chair? Sorry, told you I was rusty. Trustee Leclerc?
For Vice Chair, I would nominate Trustee Kathy Cook, and I'll speak to that when the moment arises.
Trustee Cook, do you accept the nomination?
I do. Thank you.
Are there any other nominations for Vice Chair of the board? Remember correctly, I need to ask 3 times?
You do.
Okay, I've asked once. Are there any other nominations for Vice Chair of the board? Are there any other nominations for Vice Chair of the board? Having asked 3 times, I will now ask for a motion to close nominations. Moved by Trustee Leclerc, supported by Trustee Chin. Was that your hint? Okay, thank you. All those in support for closing nominations? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. And Trustee Leclerc, would you like to speak to that nomination?
Yeah, thank you very much. I am nominating Kathy Cook for Vice Chair for a number of reasons. One of which is she was the Vice Chair when I was the Chair, and we had a very tumultuous year, and she was very reliable, and I counted on her for her support throughout that year. Since that time, she's been the Vice Chair, and she's proven to be very skilled and knowledgeable for the role of Vice Chair, and I have confidence that she will continue to provide the support that's required as a Vice Chair moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. And Trustee Cook, would you like to speak?
No.
No.
I don't have any. I just want to say thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to working with you as Vice Chair and Chair together. So, and thank you very much, Trustee Leclerc, for the nomination.
Thank you. Welcome, Trustee Cook, as Vice Chair of the board. Are we doing music now?
And I think we're going to hear from Nick at this point again. Is that okay, Nick? So, Evan, Evan, there were 2 names, and one of them you was sick, and I guessed wrong. Evan, take over.
to say bravo. You're very skilled, a wonderful player, but you also have a very beautiful sounding instrument there as well. The combination is just awesome. Congratulations on your performance. Wonderful. In another lifetime, I played the violin for many years, all through Walkerville Collegiate, played in the orchestra, but that was another lifetime ago. But we really have a talented young man playing here tonight. Wonderful. Moving on the agenda to item G, which is the nomination and election of chairperson and vice chairperson of our standing committees. The first one is the election of chairperson of the Education Committee. So nominations are now open for the chair of the Education Committee. Do we have nominations for the chair Education Committee? Anyone? Chair. Oh, Trustee Cook.
I would like to nominate Trustee Buckler.
Okay. Trustee Buckler, do you accept? You do? Okay. Are there any other nominations for the position of Chair of Education? Are there any other nominations for the Chair of Education? Third time, are there any other nominations for Chair of Education? Seeing none, I look for a motion, mover and seconder, that nominations be closed. Trustee Cook, Trustee Leclerc. Support? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you very much. So the nominator can speak.
You know, I'll be really brief. I just had the opportunity to meet Trustee Buckler just at our orientation meeting, but I also did some background checks. And I know that you're very experienced and that you're very dedicated to the success of all students. And for that reason, I think you would be awesome.
And Trustee Buckler, did you want to speak to your nomination? No. Okay. Then I'll declare that the position's acclaimed, and congratulations. Okay. Item G2 is the election of the vice chairperson of the Education Committee. Trustee McKinley?
Yeah, I'd like to self-nominate for Vice Chair of Education.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Third time, are there any other nominations? And I'm looking for a mover and seconder to close the nominations for Vice Chair of Education. Trustee Sipgar and Trustee Burgess. All those in support? Any opposed? That's carried. Nominations are closed. Trustee McKinley, you're acclaimed, but would you like to speak to your nomination? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, item G3 is the election of the chairperson of the Operations and Finance Committee. Nominations are now open for the Operations and Finance Committee. Trustee Cook?
I would like to nominate Trustee Leclerc.
Claire, do you accept?
Indeed, I do.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Nope, that was the third time. So now I'd like a motion to move that nominations be closed. Trustee Buckler, Trustee Burgess, all those in support? Any opposed? Thank you, that's carried. Trustee Leclerc, you've been acclaimed as the Chair of Operations and Finance. Would you like to speak to that?
I respectfully decline.
Okay. Well, I like the respect. Thank you very much. Okay. Item G4 is the election of the vice chairperson of the Operations and Finance Committee. Trustee Leclerc?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Trustee Christy Nelson.
Trustee Nelson, do you accept?
Yes, I accept.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? No, seeing none, I look for a motion to close nominations. Trustee McKinley and Trustee Leclerc, all in support? Any opposed? That's carried. Congratulations. Would you like to speak to that?
I'd just like to say I look forward to serving in my role and upholding the vision and values of the Greater Essex County District School Board. So thank you very much, Trustee Leclerc.
That was my first role 30 years ago. My first inaugural meeting. I was Vice Chair of Operations and Finance with Trustee Ron Jones. It was a good year. Okay. Next are, yes, sorry. Congratulations to everyone who is now filling those positions of our standing committees. Thank you very much. And now item H on our agenda are the other nominations and elections for appointments this year. The first one, H1, is the OPSPA Director. That's our provincial association and alternate for the period November 15th, 2022 to November 14th, 2023. Nominations are now open. Trustee Sipkar.
I'd like to nominate Trustee Julia Burgess.
And Trustee Burgess, you accept? Okay. Are there any other nominations? Who else for these? Oh,
Yep.
where's my notes? Sorry,
Yes.
sorry, H1.
Same process.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Sorry, they have a second agenda here that I keep forgetting about. Okay. Are there any other nominations second time? Are there any other nominations third time? Seeing none, could I have a motion to close nominations? Trustee Buckler, Trustee Sipkar, all those in support? It's carried. Thank you very much. Trustee Burgess, you've been acclaimed. Would you like to speak to your nomination? Sure.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Trustee Sipkar, for the nomination. That's very kind. This Friday, I'll be attending OPSPA, where I've been elected by my peers in 5 different boards to serve on the policy committee, and I look forward to that, and that will go till next June. But I look forward to also being at the director's table. This is, I think we can say, a contentious labor year. I think that's kind of unequivocal. And I can serve in that role. I have served up until this point. I don't have any conflicts of interest that will prevent me from being at the table at all times during all discussions. And we are meeting November 27th for an advocacy, a director's meeting, and prep for an advocacy day on the 28th at Queen's Park. So I would be honored if you would give me that support and also feed me some information, please, because it's before our first board meeting, on what that advocacy should be. We'll be meeting with all of our local MPPs. So for this year, I look for your support and your guidance and your information so I can represent you well. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Burgess, maybe you'd like to send us an email and remind us about? Yeah, that would be a good idea. Thank you. Okay. Next is the OPSPA voting delegate and the alternate for the period November 15th, 2022 to November 14th, 2023.
I thank you, Madam Chair. Do you not have to ask for other nominations?
Sorry?
Oh, you did already?
I did.
Oh, yeah, we
But
closed
for
it.
alternate.
Sorry, I
Did
beg
that.
your pardon. Right, okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Now we're doing the OPSPA voting delegate and alternate. Sorry, what? Oh, H1 alternate. Sorry, you're right. It's two parts. No, I thought it was all one. OPSPA delegate, okay. It says here. Sorry, okay, what, for H1 on our agenda, it was OPSPA director and alternate, all one person. No? Four things? Okay.
Yeah, these are two.
Okay. 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 Sorry. Now that I got that sorted out, we're doing the OPSPA alternate. Trustee Burgess.
Thanks, Madam Chair. There's actually 4 different positions here, and some boards
the
fill
way
it with
The same
1,
person.
2 people. You
Right.
know, some people do 3, sometimes 4.
Right.
So the position that we're looking at nominating now is the OPSPA Director Alternate, H1, and I would like to nominate Trustee Sarah Sipkar.
Trustee Sipkar, do you accept?
Yes, I do.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? No. Then I will ask for a motion to close nominations. Trustee Buckler, Trustee Cook, all in support. Any opposed? Trustee Sipkar, would you like to speak to it?
Only to give thanks to my nominator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We voted. Declare you acclaimed and congratulations. Okay. So H2 is also two different positions. And as Trustee Burgess pointed out, sometimes it's done by one person, sometimes by 2, and I think we've done it different ways over the years too. So I apologize for my confusion. So first we're going to do the OPSPA voting delegate. You have a nomination, Trustee Burgess?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to self-nominate for the OPSPA voting delegate for this year.
Do we have any other nominations? Do we have any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? And could we have a motion to close nominations? Trustee McKinley, Trustee Leclerc, all in support. Any opposed? That's carried. Nominations are done. So congratulations, Trustee Burgess. You're also our voting delegate. Okay. Yes, and you'd like to speak. Okay.
Just because we have some new folks in the room and it
Sure.
hasn't really been discussed and there's a little confusion, just so you know, OPSPA director is at the director's board of directors. The OPSPA voting delegate brings their vote to the annual general meeting and all regional meetings, and very often on labor matters too, if in the interim. So they carry the vote for the board. So thank you for entrusting that to me.
Thank you for explaining that as well. So next is the OPSPA voting delegate alternate in the event that the delegate's not available. Trustee Burgess?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to also nominate Sarah Sipkar for this. I think that puts us as a bit of a tag team. If one can't, we both know both places and what the votes are at the table.
Trustee Sipkar, you accept?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? So that's 3. Motion to close nominations. Trustee McKinley, Trustee Leclerc, all in support to close nominations. That's carried. Trustee Sipkar, you're now our voting delegate alternate. Would you like to speak to that?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much. H3 is our Special Education Advisory Council. And for this work, we require 2 trustees for the whole term, which is 4 years, and 1 alternate. So nominations, Trustee McKinley?
Yes, I'd like to self-nominate for SEAC. Thank you.
Okay. I just want to keep track. So we have Trustee McKinley and Trustee Chin? Sure. Okay. And someone else? Trustee Burgess?
I would like to nominate Trustee Nancy Armstrong for the trustee elected for the term.
So, do you accept? Yes? Yes, okay. So, are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? We close and then vote? So we will be taking a vote. Oh, Trustee Armstrong? Oh, I thought you had your hand up.
Nope.
No, sorry, okay.
Just animated.
So we are, I'll ask each of you if you want to speak to it before we vote, but we need to close nominations first and then we vote. So a motion to close nominations, Trustee Cook, Trustee Leclerc, all those in support. That's carried, thank you. Now, Trustee McKinley, would you like to speak to your nomination?
I would love to sit at the SEAC table again. I've got experience sitting at the SEAC table, so I am familiar with some of the people at the table. I'm sure there's some new ones, and it would be a privilege and an honor to sit at the SEAC table.
Thank you. Trustee Chin, would you like to speak?
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. And I would like to nominate myself, and I really want to do something for the special needs kids. And I think we should give them a lot of resources and priority and attention. And last session, I was the alternate, and this session I want to focus more on helping them. I hope they get all the opportunity that they deserve to meet their full potential. Thank you.
Trustee Armstrong?
This is my first kick at this can, and I knew nothing, but when I read that, that's the one that I think I know something about because I worked for the board as a teacher for 25 years. I have no training in special ed, but as a supply teacher, I sure was in a lot of special ed classrooms. And I also help kids. I have for 28 years now. I've helped kids after school in helping them in math and reading. So I have, of all the positions here, this is the one that I can contribute to from history and lots of practice, I guess.
Thank you. So we need to take a vote. We need ballots. Okay. So do we ask people to mark their first two?
Yeah, they would mark 2 on the ballot.
Pick two out of the 3. So if everybody could write down the names of 2 trustees, please, out of the 3. Trustee McKinley, Trustee Chin, and Trustee Armstrong. Oh, okay. Yeah. How much? Stomach's just growling. Okay. Okay.
I'll supervise them.
I got water. I don't. Yeah. Bag of nerves all day. And
So I'm stealing this from somebody in the back row, Christie's daughter. I was talking about the conspiracy that the planet is flat. And I'm sorry, what's your daughter's name? Alisa, that's what I thought. Alitha. Okay, I'm sorry. Totally destroyed the joke now. She said she had a plausible explanation for why the planet was flat, and she said 70% of the planet is water, and it's not carbonated, so it's flat. And I thought that was brilliant.
Sorry. Okay. So the two trustees on the Special Education Advisory Council for the next 4 years are Nancy Armstrong and Kim McKinley. Congratulations. And now I'm going to ask for nominations for alternate. Trustee Burgess?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to nominate Trustee Chin for alternate for SEAC for this year.
Trustee Chin, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Or are there any nominations? I think that's 4 times. A motion to close nominations for alternate. Trustee McKinley, Trustee Leclerc, all in support. Nominations are closed. Thank you. Trustee Chin, did you want to speak to that nomination? Anything?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, congratulations. Okay. Next on our agenda is H4, which is the Supervised Alternative Learning Committee. This would be 2 trustees, 1 from the city, 1 from the county, and 1 alternate from amongst the 10. So first, we'll do the city. I'll open nominations for a city trustee to Sal. So, city trustee. Anyone interested?
Oh,
Trustee Chin?
I nominate Trustee Nelson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trustee Nelson, do you accept?
I do accept.
And are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Then I'm looking for a motion to close nominations for the city trustee. Trustee Burgess, Trustee Buckler, all those in support. That's carried. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Trustee Nelson. You want to speak? You can.
Just thank you to Trustee Chin for the nomination. Thank you.
Okay, and now I'm going to open nominations for the county representative. So, Trustee Burgess.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I would like to nominate Trustee Armstrong for the Sal County rep. And I would speak to that very briefly. We haven't asked nominees, but if I could speak very briefly, I would.
Trustee Armstrong, do you accept? Yes, okay. Trustee Burgess, you want to speak? Or I'll wait till I close? Okay. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? That's the third call. Then could I have a motion to close? Trustee Cook, Trustee Leclerc, all those in support? That's carried. Thank you very much. Trustee Burgess on the nomination.
Thanks, Madam Chair. In my experience knowing Trustee Armstrong in her teaching days, and she's still teaching, but in her teaching days with the board, I knew her at Ruthven Public School and at Jack Minor Public School. And she's familiar with a lot of the students who would be in the SAL program. I think it's important, particularly for someone from the Leamington-Kingsville area to see that. A great number of our students come from that area, so I think she would serve really well. She's connected.
Oh, congratulations, Trustee Armstrong. Would you like to speak? Go ahead.
Thanks, Julia.
Okay. Now for this same committee, we need an alternate, and the alternate can be from either the city or county. It doesn't matter. You'd be filling in for either member if they're not available. Do we have a nomination? Trustee Sipkar?
I'd like to nominate Trustee Cook.
I really appreciate that, but because you can go to either, I wouldn't be able to hold that responsibility. Thank you.
Any other nomination? Trustee McKinley?
Yeah, I'll self-nominate. I have some flexibility in case somebody was absent and needed to be filled in.
Okay. So Trustee McKinley has self-nominated for the alternate for Sal. So are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? No. A motion to close nominations. Trustee Cook, Trustee somebody, Trustee Sipkar. All those in support? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you very much, and thank you, Trustee McKinley. Did you want to speak to it? No. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, and thank you for coming forward to do that. Okay. H5 is our Greater Essex County Parent Involvement Committee that we refer to as GECPIC, and we need one trustee to be a member of that committee as well as one alternate. So I'm opening nominations for the trustee position. Are there any nominations? Trustee Burgess?
I would like to nominate Trustee McKinley for being the trustee on GECPIC.
Trustee McKinley? Yes, I accept. Okay. 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 Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, I'll ask. Oh, Trustee Chin, yeah?
Maybe I self-nominate myself, yeah.
Okay. Trustee Chin for the trustee on GECPIC, our Parent Involvement Committee. Okay. And are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? 2, 3, one more for good measure. Are there any other nominations? No. Motion to close nominations. Trustee Buckler, Trustee Sipkar, all those in support? That's carried. Thank you very much. So we need our scrutineers again. Hmm?
They're just a little rusty because they haven't had that much activity.
Oh, sorry. Trustee Chin, did you want to speak? Trustee McKinley first and then Trustee Chin. Thank you.
Thank you for the nomination, Trustee Burgess, and I look forward to hopefully being a part of GECPIC again. It was something that I was definitely passionate about before and really enjoyed, as my roots are from parent council, etc. So I hope you'll consider me for GECPIC this year. Thank you.
Trustee Chin, did you want to speak to that?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do think parent opinions are very important, and parent involvement is very important for the quality education of our board. So I would like to do something for that, and hopefully I can be elected. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. she wants to do. Okay, for the position of GECPIC, we have a tie. So we're going to be voting again. Okay, if we could please have the ballots. Sure. Oh, sorry, Trustee Burgess. Trustee Burgess would like to speak on nominating Trustee McKinley. Okay.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I have really great confidence in nominating Trustee Kim McKinley for the position of GECPIC. She knows from its infancy what the Parent Involvement Committee's goals are. She's very well connected to her community and the school communities. As she mentioned, her roots are in school council, parent council. She received awards for, being a champion of education, et cetera, because of that commitment at elementary schools and at high school. She understands what rich parent involvement means, and she's, I think, very committed to making sure that our board has the richest parent involvement and reaching out to those who aren't currently involved.
And Trustee Chin, since we've had a tie vote and I just allowed Trustee Burgess to speak, I'm going to allow you to speak again on your nomination.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate the trustees who vote for me. Actually, I admit that I don't have as much trustee experience as Trustee McLean, but I have been a professor for many years and I have strong, sense about quality education, and I do respect parents and students' opinions a lot, and whenever I think is good for education, I never hesitate to speak out. So whoever is elected, I think we will do our best to help. So I appreciate all your support. Thank you.
Our trustee representative for GECPIC will be trustee Chin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we also need an alternate for our Parent Involvement Committee, trustee Burgess.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I would be pleased to nominate trustee Kim McKinley to be the alternate on GECPIC.
Tim McKinley, do you accept? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? 3 times? Okay. Motion to close the nominations. Trustee Sipkar, trustee somebody, trustee Nelson, all in support. That's carried. Nominations are closed. Trustee Burgess or trustee McKinley? Trustee McKinley, did you want to speak to being the alternate? No. Okay. Seeing that there's no other nominations and we've closed the nominations, congratulations that you're the alternate on GECPIC. Thank you very much. Okay. H6 is our last committee. That's the audit committee, which requires 3 trustees, and it's for the 4-year term. We're open for nominations. Trustee Chin?
I nominate trustee Hatfield
Thank you.
and myself.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
One at a time. So,
I nominate you first and then nominate myself.
okay, just hang on. So,
Thank you.
nominating me,
Mhm.
I accept.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any more nominations? Trustee Buckler?
I nominate Ron Leclerc.
I accept.
And trustee Sipkar?
I would like to self-nominate.
And are there any other nominations? So, yeah, so Linda, you would do it? Yeah, okay. But could you just say it, because I didn't want to, we weren't taking 2
Oh,
at
yes,
a time.
I
so-
self-nominate myself.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Trustee Burgess?
Thanks, Madam Chair. I would like to self-nominate for the Audit Committee.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I withdraw.
Okay. Now there's 4. And if I could get motion to close nominations, trustee Leclerc, trustee Cook, all those in support. No opposed, that's carried. Nominations are closed. And now we're going to go in the order that they were received. And each trustee can speak to it. Yeah. So, just so you know, I'm going to ask trustee Cook to, but just so you know, I didn't let Linda do 2 at once.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
So we have 4 people running for the audit committee. The first candidate on the list is trustee Hatfield. So trustee Hatfield, would you like to speak to that?
I'll just speak to it very briefly, but the audit committee has been one of my interests for a number of years. I've been on and off the committee many times. The past 4 years, I was the chair of the audit committee. And one of the things I'm proud about, going back to the early years of the Windsor Board of Education, I did put forward a motion that the school board should have an audit committee. We didn't at the time. And that motion was successful, and ever since then, we had an audit committee. And then along came the ministry and decided that it was a really good idea, and they mandated an audit committee. But the Windsor Board of Education and subsequently the Greater Essex County District School Board has had an audit committee way before the ministry realized it was a good idea. So I've served on it many times. It's an area that I'm familiar with. from my other lifetime as an executive director of an organization, a couple organizations. So it is an area that I do have a deep interest in, and just coming off the 4 years as chair, there are some things that I would like to continue with on the audit committee, and I would hope that the trustees would support me in that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Trustee Chin, as the nominator for Trustee Hatfield on that committee, would you like to add anything to that? I should have asked you first. Anything about your nomination for Trustee Hatfield?
Oh, I have full confidence on Trustee Hatfield on doing the trustee in the audit committee, and so that's why I nominate her. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So now the next candidate is Trustee Leclerc. I'm going to go to his nominator first, Trustee Buckler. Trustee Buckler, would you like to speak to it?
I just know this is a committee that Ron has served on for a number of years. I have full confidence in his integrity and his ability to complete the tasks laid before him. It's another 4 years that I know that he'll give us some stellar workmanship.
Thank you. Trustee Leclerc, would you like to speak?
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Chair. So one of the reasons I'm interested in this committee is I've spent the last 8 years on the audit committee as the vice chair. I obviously have an intimate knowledge of the work that the committee does. I'm passionate about our responsibility to be fiscally responsible while delivering exceptional programming in our board. And for those of you that don't know, that after I retired from the Windsor Police, I joined the Inspectorate of Policing, and one of my roles, in addition to being a liaison for the Solicitor General's office, is to conduct audits if and when required on policies and procedures. So I understand the processes and the tests that need to be conducted. So I look forward to continuing. I don't know if I said I was the vice chair for the last 8 years. Hope that I'll be able to continue that work. Thank you.
Thank you. The next candidate is Trustee Sipkar. She self-nominated. Would you like to speak to that?
Yes, I would. Thank you. So I look for support from my colleagues. I have not served on the audit committee, and I think that it would be both a good learning experience, but I also think that my experience as chair of the Operations and Finance Committee for the 2 years prior, I worked closely with Superintendent Armstrong on a number of the agenda reviews and also the budgetary items, and I think I have an eye for detail and also discerning questions, and so that would be the experience that I would bring to the table. I think that the audit committee, there will be a number of important issues that are discussed that I would like to be a part of those discussions and advocate within our board and also externally. And so I look for support from my colleagues.
Thank you. And our last candidate is Trustee Chin, self-nominated. Would you like to speak?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And although I don't have much experience here, but I have been a professor in business school for many years. So I think I have some knowledge base on how to, manage and how to do administration. Sorry, and I would like to watch the board from a different angle and try to help and to improve the quality of education. And I also want more accountability and responsibility from the board and take care of the budget. And also I know the internal audit will, do a lot of detailed suggestions and corrections on the administration. So I would like to contribute my knowledge on that. And thank you for your support.
Thank you. So now we'll have our scrutineers come back up. And you're going to vote. You can vote for 3. We're looking for 3 people to be on the audit committee. Thank you. Trustee Burgess.
Thanks, Madam Chair. So for clarification, do we need to vote for 3?
No, that's why I said
Thank you.
we're
I thought
looking
you were
for
doing
3,
that.
but you can vote for
Thank you.
up to 3.
Thank you.
So, what's everybody doing tonight? We do not have a tie. So we have Trustee Sipcar, Trustee Hatfield, and Trustee Leclerc. So congratulations to all three. I'm going to turn the chair back over to Chair Hatfield.
Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of all our voting for tonight. And I'm looking for a motion to destroy the ballots. Trustee Buckler, Trustee Sipcar, all those in support? It's carried. Thank you very much. There's our ballot destroyers going to the shredder. Okay.
Of course we had a hat ready.
Always. Evan, you're up
Evan,
to entertain us again.
You're on.
there's just one last item on our agenda. The chairperson's remarks, and they're going to be short because I believe there is a little reception planned to take place in the cafeteria. So I won't keep you long. But anyway, good evening to our trustees, Director Kelly, to our staff members that are here tonight, and ladies and gentlemen who have joined this meeting. Let me open my remarks by saying that I don't take this opportunity to be chair lightly. I am thankful to Trustee Leclerc for having faith in me and nominating me to start off the new term as chairperson. It is reassuring to know that my experience and dedication are valued, and I pledge to fulfill the responsibilities of chair to the very best of my ability. And while they're not here at this inaugural meeting, I would nonetheless like to acknowledge the service of former trustees, Alan Halberstadt, Alicia Higginson, Amy Olmsted, and Jessica Sartori. Their contributions to supporting public education are greatly appreciated, and we wish them all the best. And welcome back to Connie Buckler and Kim McKinley, and a very, very warm welcome to our new trustees, Nancy Armstrong and Christy Nelson. Welcome. And congratulations to all the other trustees who won re-election to round out our team of 10 trustees. A new term for trustees is always exciting and potentially intimidating as we find our way. Whether you are re-elected, returning to the boardroom, or a new trustee, there is no doubt that we all share a strong commitment to quality public education and student success. Students are at the center of everything we do, and as caring, thoughtful individuals, we have great potential for meeting whatever challenges come before us. Sometimes it might not be obvious that we are going in the same direction, but I believe that success for each and every student is always our objective, and working together, success is attainable. Speaking of challenges, we know that unfortunately the impact of COVID has not left us. Our school board will need to continue to monitor and assess the best information available to ensure the safety and well-being of our students and staff. We hope to not have to repeat the volume of online learning caused by COVID in the past, as we believe the best learning takes place in our classrooms. We know that collective bargaining agreements with all our education workers across Ontario have expired, and negotiations on new contracts are underway. Updates are posted on the school board website for students, families, and the general public to keep everyone informed of the bargaining status with each employee group. We certainly support the collective bargaining process and hope to reach fair agreements for everyone. About a year ago, our board made a commitment to do better in eliminating all forms of discrimination, systemic racism, and unconscious bias in our schools and workplace. The priorities for this work have been put into place, and our Board of Trustees are committed to supporting the strategies in a way that will be open, transparent, and accountable to our students, staff, and the public. Providing quality public education is the most basic and fundamental public service, so necessary for individuals, communities, and societies to prosper. This service is something that trustees certainly don't provide alone. We are very grateful for the leadership and guidance from a strong administrative team under Director Kelly. Thank you. And we are blessed with a dedicated teaching staff who focus every day to ensure the individual growth and success of each student. And keeping us all afloat are all the other essential staff who are committed to supporting our classrooms and education system. Collectively, you are the ones who give students the space to dream about their future and the tools to make their dreams come true. I consider it a great responsibility and honor to serve as chairperson this year, as well as being a trustee for another 4 years, as we all continue on the path of building tomorrow together. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Having come to the end of our agenda, I will declare the meeting adjourned and invite everyone to come down to the cafeteria where I'm sure there'll be some nice refreshments. Thank you very much, and thank you, Evan.